Clerk, I'm going to return to the podium Mr. Cedillo for a very special presentation.
Señor Presidente, Mr. President, I'm very excited about what we're doing here today. For over a decade and close to 15 years, there has been this effort to collaborate between the state of California, the city of Los Angeles, and the government of Mexico. And this collaboration is focused on how do we deliver healthcare services to a community that is largely immigrant, to a community that is part of a diaspora, to a community that plays a vital role in our economy, in our social life, and in the future of this city and this state and this nation. How do we do that? How do we do that in a manner that's culturally sensitive and linguistically competent? We do that through tremendous leadership, and we do that through a commitment of all these entities who are committed to ensuring that, one, that the question of health care is a fundamental human right, that it is a right that is endowed upon all people by our God, our Lord, and that it is a right in which it cannot be denied, and that your legal status is not important to your health care situation, and that these entities of leadership will collaborate to make sure that we can deliver health care. And so for, as I said, over a decade, close to 15 years, this collaboration has been ongoing. This is the sixth year. This is the sixth year that the city of Los Angeles has collaborated with the Mexican Consulate, with the state of California, with the private sector that delivers health care in this community. This is the sixth year that we have what is called, for October, the Month of Health. And what will happen, it will be a series of healthcare fairs that will take place throughout the city, open to the public, free to the public, in which basic primary care services will be provided, referral services will be provided, and that the community that is in great need of these services, both the education, the prevention, and the delivery of these services, will have access for this month. And this will ensure that the city of Los Angeles remains a city, not just of angels, but of people of good health and good mind. And so it's a great honor that we're here today with the Mexican Consulate to acknowledge this month, the month of health for October, the sixth year that we've done this. And with this, we'd like to present this resolution. Okay. Juan Carlos Mendoza is the Deputy Consul General of Mexico, and he will address us, to be followed by Francisco de la Torre, the Executive Director of IME.
Thank you, Mr. Cedillo. Good morning, Mr. President. It's an honor for me to be here. On behalf of the Governor of Mexico, I would like to express our deepest gratitude for your support in this health program. For us, it's very important to promote the right, the people. We consider that the people is important in this community, and we consider that the access to the health services is not a privilege. It must be a right for any person. It doesn't matter regardless the nationality, regardless the migratory status. And we Mexicans are believers of the shared responsibility. That was the reason that since 2001, the Mexican government developed a strategy that we call the binational Health Week in order to promote the Mexican communities abroad. This is a very generous program. Since 6 years ago, we transformed this program in the month of the health. And this program is open not only to Mexicans, but any people who request this health service. This program is open for any person in Los Angeles, and because of this, we express the gratitude of the Mexican government to the Los Angeles City Council for helping in promoting this service to all the communities, not Mexican communities, but any member of the Angelino community. Thank you very much.
Bravo. Mr. President, Francisco de la Torre is the Executive Director of what's called the Institute of Los Mexicanos en el Exterior. The Institute of Mexicans Living Abroad, it's referred to as IME. It's one of the most fascinating governmental institutions that you can imagine. As we know, 11 million Mexicans live here with undocumented status, their children, their spouses, their families. This huge community, part of a diaspora from Mexico, is not without a connection, an institutional, governmental connection to Mexico, and that is the role of the Institute for Mexicans Living Abroad. Their role is to ensure that they live here, that they engage in civic participation, that they are responsible, and that they have a connection both to Mexico and an understanding of their responsibilities while here in the United States. They are separate from the Foreign Ministry, they are independent, and they are a body that engages the children who now are elected officers, governmental officers, like myself, like Felipe Fuentes, like Jose Huizar, like Nuri Martinez, engages us to have the appropriate relationships with Mexicans living abroad here in our country to make sure that they comply with the law, that they engage in civic participation, and that their fundamental rights are protected. With that, it is a great honor to introduce the executive director of that august institution, Francisco de la Torre.
Thank you, Mr. President. A few moments ago, they offered me a translation. I hope my English is good enough and fair for addressing this council. I would like to begin by letting you know what an honor it is for me to be here today in such an important event for the Mexican government. For the Mexican government and for the health of our very large community living in Los Angeles. In the field of health, in coordination with Mexico's health ministry, we are proud to offer two very important initiatives here in the States, Ventanillas de Salud and the program of the Binational Health Week that is called here in Los Angeles, Mes de la Salud. This year, Mes de la Salud, which literally means Month of Health, is an extraordinary innovation by the Mexican Consulate in Los Angeles and celebrates its 6th consecutive year, reaching even more people. This great effort brings together social organizations, health professionals, and county agencies along with private entities and volunteers in order to improve the health and well-being of those who need it the most. We'd like to thank our local partners because without their effort, it would be impossible to reach out our goals. Their participation, along with that of Los Angeles County and the Council, keeps us going on and going strong in the pursuit of bringing health to our communities. Here I would like to point out that our very own counselor of the Institute for the Mexicans Abroad, Marina Alvarez, proud-born and raised Californian, recently was awarded with the Public Health Excellence Award. Felicidades, Marina. Any award or proclamation to the Mexican Consulate in Los Angeles, to the government of Mexico, is, as a matter of fact, an award or recognition to each and every volunteer, to the county, to the state, and any authority involved in this great effort. For this reason, let me raise my voice to say muchas gracias a todos, señores concejales. It is with great pride that I take part in this proclamation ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you.
And finally, Mr. President, let me say, you know, the nature of the process of politics in Mexico, and particularly in their diplomatic forces, is that they have term limits, and that no sooner than we get comfortable and familiar and friendly with their representatives, that they get reassigned. They're much like the Catholic Church in many ways. And so with that, we would, in my office in particular, would like to thank Gaspar Orozco, who will be now leaving to a new post, but thank him for his time here in the city of Los Angeles, one of the most amiable representatives that we have had the privilege of dealing with the Mexican Consulate. And so we thank him on behalf of the city for his great service to those residents here in the city of Los Angeles. Gaspar.
Thank you so much, Councilmember Cedillo. I'll be very brief. I just want to say thank you to City Hall, to the authorities of Los Angeles, and it has been an honor and a privilege to serve as a Consul for Community Affairs in Los Angeles. I was previously posted in New York, and I want to say that this is a most wonderful community, and we would like to recognize the commitment and the support of the council members. Thank you so much. Thank you. Gracias.
Yeah? Okay. Todos vamos a las fotos.
Mr. Cedillo, what a special presentation to our friends from Mexico. Thank you, gracias. A sister city, Mexico City, Los Angeles, all the way. Olympic City, 68. Mexico City, 32, 84, and hopefully 24, Los Angeles. Hopefully. Thank you, Mexico. Let's give them a big hand. Mr. Cedillo, great job.